Look in the mirror right now. Are you completely sure about your eye color? Because science says you might be wrong, and by the end of this video, you're going to look at your own eyes completely differently. Some people go to bed with brown eyes and wake up looking almost golden. Others watch their eyes shift from gray to green before their 12th birthday without a single genetic mutation involved. Sound impossible? Stick around, because we're about to break down 7 surprising things that can actually change your eye color. And honestly, number 6 sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. Before we get into it, here's a tiny favor. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. Why? Because on this channel, we turn, wait, that's not possible, into, okay, that actually makes sense every single week. And trust me, once you get to reason number 6, you'll want to be notified the second we post something like this again. All right, a favor asked and hopefully granted. Now let's actually get into it. 1. Melanin and growing up. If a newborn opens their eyes and they're a soft, cloudy blue-gray color, don't get too attached to that color just yet. That shade usually isn't final. Blue eyes happen when there isn't much melanin sitting in the iris, so instead of absorbing light, the eye reflects it back out, a light-bending trick called the Tyndall effect. It's actually the same basic principle behind why the sky looks blue, just happening on a much tinier scale, right inside your eyeball. Between roughly 3 and 18 months of age, a baby's eye color can keep shifting as melanin-producing cells multiply. Depending on how much pigment builds up, that same blue-eyed newborn might end up with green, hazel, or deep brown eyes by toddlerhood, and in some cases, the color isn't fully locked in until around age 12. Babies born with brown eyes, on the other hand, usually stay that way for life, since their irises are already absorbing rather than reflecting most of the light that hits them. So, no, it's not purely about which parent has which eye color. Your eyes are still quietly evolving long after you're born. And it's not always a smooth, gradual fade either. Some parents swear their child's eyes changed almost overnight, especially between 6 and 9 months, right around the time melanocyte activity tends to spike. Genetics loads the dice by deciding how much melanin your body is capable of producing, but the actual timeline of when that pigment shows up is still being written well into early childhood, which is honestly part of why newborn eye color is such a famously unreliable predictor game for family and friends. 2. Injury and trauma. Here's one people rarely expect. A blow to the head or a direct injury to the eye can genuinely alter your eye color. Eye specialists describe this as a form of heterochronia, when the two eyes end up as different colors or a single eye develops uneven shading. Heterochromia is often inherited, but trauma can trigger it too by disrupting the melanin-producing cells inside the eye. That disruption can leave the iris looking noticeably lighter or darker than before. If this kind of color shift shows up after an accident, it's not something to shrug off. Doctors treat it as a signal that needs prompt attention, since it can also point to underlying issues like nerve damage around the eye, a specific type of glaucoma, or advanced unmanaged diabetes. In other words, an eye that suddenly looks different isn't just a cosmetic curiosity, it can be your body waving a flag. Some cases of trauma-related heterochromia show up immediately after the injury, while others take weeks or even months to fully develop, which is why eye doctors usually recommend a follow-up exam long after the initial bump or bruise is healed. It's a good reminder that our eyes are far more delicate and far more connected to the rest of our nervous system than we tend to give them credit. 3. Your emotions. You already know your heart pounds when you're scared and your breathing changes when you're furious. Emotional states clearly ripple through your body. Research out of the University of Arizona found that this ripple effect reaches your eyes too. Strong emotions cause your pupils to expand or contract, and as they do, the pigment inside your iris gets compressed or stretched, subtly shifting how dark or light your eyes appear. That's the biological reason behind the old idea that angry people look like they have darker eyes. Their pupils are dilating. It's also, coincidentally, the exact same mechanism that makes your eyes look lighter outdoors on a sunny day and darker in a dim room. Bright light shrinks your pupils, which stretches the iris and makes it appear lighter, while low light does the reverse. So, the next time someone tells you your eyes look darker today, they're not imagining it, and they're not just being poetic. They might genuinely be picking up on a real measurable shift in your pupil size caused by whatever you're feeling in that exact moment. 4. Diet and detoxing. This next one lives firmly in alternative medicine territory, so take it with a grain of salt. There's a practice called iridology, built on the idea that markings and colors in your iris reflect the state of your internal organs, though mainstream science hasn't backed this up with solid evidence. Even so, some long-time detox practitioners insist that a cleaner diet, rich in fruits and vegetables, can visibly shift your eye color over time, with murky yellow tones supposedly hinting at a toxin buildup. Anecdotally, people who've gone fully raw or plant-based for years report their eye color turning noticeably lighter and brighter alongside clearer, whiter sclera. Is it scientifically proven? Not really. Is it a fascinating rabbit hole? Absolutely. And it might just be one more reason to add extra greens to your plate. Skeptics point out that a lot of this could simply be lighting, hydration, or even the placebo effect of paying closer attention to your own eyes in the mirror every morning. But even the harshest critics of iridology tend to agree on one thing. A diet loaded with fresh produce is good for your overall eye health, regardless of whether it changes the color staring back at you. 5. Makeup and wardrobe colors. If you're not about to overhaul your diet just for your eye color, there's a much faster trick: color theory. The shades you wear near your face, makeup, tops, scarves, can make your natural eye color pop or shift in appearance instantly. Brown eyes tend to look lighter and warmer next to gold, pink, or green tones. Blue and green eyes get more vivid next to turquoise, emerald, or deep blue shades. Hazel eyes can lean more brown near purple tones or greener near burnt orange shades. And if you want your natural color to simply stand out on its own, neutrals like white, gray, and black tend to do that job well. Even something as small as an anti-reflective coating on your glasses can make your eye color look more vibrant, since it cuts down on glare and lets more of your natural pigment show through instead of getting washed out by reflections. This is honestly the cheapest, fastest, and most reversible action on this entire list. No appointments, no waiting weeks for results, just a quick wardrobe or makeup swap before you walk out the door. 6. Laser eye color lightening. This one sounds almost too futuristic to be real. Traditional invasive eye color changing surgery carries serious risks, including a real chance of vision loss, not something to take lightly. But there's a newer, far less invasive laser-based method that works by targeting and breaking down melanin cells within the iris itself, gradually lightening a brown eye towards blue or gray. The procedure itself reportedly takes under a minute, though the full color change unfolds gradually over a few weeks. Early research suggests it doesn't interfere with normal vision, but it's still a relatively new technique, and long-term safety data is still limited. If you're eye color curious, this is one to watch closely rather than try immediately. 7. Colored contact lenses. And finally, the fastest, safest, and most reversible option of them all: colored contacts. There are two main types: ones that correct your vision while also tinting your eye color, and purely cosmetic decorative lenses that do nothing for your eyesight but come in wild designs, natural tones, cat-eye effects, whiteouts, even full black sclera looks. Here's the part that actually matters. Decorative lenses are still medical devices, prescription or not. Buying them from unlicensed sources, street stalls, novelty shops, random online sellers is where things go wrong, since improperly fitted or unsterile lenses can cause corneal damage and, in serious cases, permanent vision loss. Always get a proper fitting and buy from a licensed, approved source. It's a small extra step for something that's protecting your eyesight. So, after all that, would you actually try to change your eye color, or are you completely happy with the ones you were born with? Drop your answer in the comments because we genuinely want to know. And if this video just changed the way you look at, well, looking, do us a favor, subscribe, hit that bell, and share this with the one friend who's always asking why their eyes look different in every photo. See you in the next one.